Okay, so you're welcome back, and we coming your way with mental health show. We coming your way with our mental health show, and as I mentioned earlier, our topic for today has to do with our self confidence. It's got to do with our self confidence. So, our topic this morning on the mental health show is how to be more confident. How to be more confident. So, we're talking about self confidence here. We're going to be talking about self confidence here. So I know wherever you are, your dial is on 89.3 Fila FM. We are live on Facebook. We are live on Facebook, Fila FM 89.3. Join us, and as you join us, remember to share for others to also benefit, because health, they say, is wealth. It is paramount. So how to be more confident, and how this self-confidence is going to help you in your mental health as well. So I have Shada Brahma here with me, as well as Emanuela. They've all joined me, and thanks to Godfred, we are live on Facebook as well. So let me quickly welcome my ladies. Good morning.
Good morning, AQB.
How are you all doing?
Yeah, fine, thank you.
That's great. That's great. So how to be more confident. So Ella, let me start with you. When we talk about confidence, what is confidence?
Okay, so when we talk about confidence is the belief in oneself in relation to one's abilities, one's judgment, and then your capacity to make decisions for yourself, or just make general decisions that would benefit you or benefit other people. Okay. So it's in the general sense, it's one's ability to control his or her life. It might be in a specific sense or in a more general sense. So research also suggests that people who are more confident, they have a better psychological well-being, and generally their health is improved or it is better. And certain times confidence can be confused with arrogance. A lot of the time, people who are arrogant, when you point it out to them, the person feels like, oh, I am confident, that is why. There's a very big difference between arrogance and confidence, even though a very thin line separates the two. So
that's why there's big difference, but there could also be a thin line.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yes, and when we say somebody is confident, for instance, say the person has made a decision concerning something, even though you are confident in that the decision you've made is right, you are available and open to take changes or take criticisms. But then somebody who is arrogant and then is disguising that arrogance as self-confidence, when the person makes a decision and then the people around them point out that it is wrong, such a person would not take it, because the person feels like, I know everything and then I am always right. And then another difference would be that a confident person is humble, but an arrogant person, it's very rare that we'll find such a person being humble. Research also shows that people who are confident, they are generally more academically good. And then in relation to how they relate with other people, confident people present themselves better and then are able to express themselves better with people as compared to somebody who is not confident. So generally speaking, when we say self-confidence, we are talking about belief in the belief that one is capable of successfully meeting demands or tasks in one's general life. So basically, self-confidence is the belief in your ability to do things. Thank you.
Okay, self-confidence, the belief in the ability to do things and to boldly take decisions for yourself. So, Shada, let's look at the features of a confident and insecure person.
Okay, thank you very much. So I'll first talk about the features of a confident person. So confident people celebrate other people's successes. Some people, or should I say some of us, when we see that our friends are going forward a family member is moving forward, is succeeding, we express genuine happiness for them. But when you are not confident, or let me say, in this case, I'm going to talk side by side. So maybe confident and then insecure people. So a confident person will celebrate other people's successes, but an insecure person will judge and be jealous of such a person. So maybe you've been selected to take part in maybe a famous competition that is even competitive to get into, like the selection stage, but then you find that you have been selected, and then a particular friend is like, what is this crown you are celebrating? It's not even a great achievement and stuff. Like, they are jealous of your achievement,
Okay.
because they are insecure of their abilities. They don't feel like they can get there, but in order for you not to see that in them, they just tend to like make you look little, when in normal sense they are those that are insecure about themselves. And then confident people are open-minded. When, for example, when there is a debate, or when there is a situation at hand, they are open to different views. They take input from different people. They are open to like different contributions. Like they don't just say that, okay, so this is what I have brought to the table and then that is final. They take into consideration other people's opinions. But insecure people tend to be very close-minded. Like, they are not open to new suggestions. They are not open to anything. It's just what they have what they have decided on is what that they will hold dear. Like, no matter what any other person says, it's not going to like pass through. Like, they are not going to take it.
Okay.
And then confident people are very optimistic. They look at the positive thing of everything, even in times of difficulty. They say that, oh, okay, so this is happening, and then it doesn't mean that's the end of everything. Something good will still come out. I'm not going to give up. At the end of a tunnel, there's light. But insecure people are very pessimistic. Even when something good is happening, they're looking for the bad aspect. Even in happy moments, they're thinking of the negative. Maybe you're like, let's go and have fun, and then an insecure person, like, what if we go out and then on our way we get into an accident, or let's say someone just starts shooting, what's going to happen? Like, or you say, oh, let's go to the pool and have fun. An insecure person will be like, oh, what if I go and drown? I'm not going. Like, they're always thinking of the negative. They're always pessimistic. Yeah. And then confident people are willing to take risks. I always say that life itself is a risk, but insecure people, they don't want to just move out of their comfort zone. They don't even want to take a step in doing anything, because they don't know the outcome of that step. So they are very scared. Yes. So they don't want to even take risks. They are afraid of change. What, for example, when they are even, some might even be so insecure to the extent that when they are even changing them a branch of maybe the same job, because they don't know their caliber of people they are going to meet there, or they don't even want to start thinking about how they're going to start making friends again and all that. So it's like they are very afraid of change. And then confident people are, they embrace change, and then they are willing to take risks. And then confident people are very decisive. When they know what they want at any given point in time, or should I say most of the time, they know what they want. If they say that this is what I want, they don't easily change their mind, because they are certain, and then they stand their ground. But insecure people are very indecisive. 1 minute they are saying this, and then in less than 5 minutes they are changing what they said. It's like they don't even know what they want. Like, they are not being true to their decision.
Okay.
Maybe I'm talking to Ella, and then we are debating on something, and then I pick my stance on that debate. Ella also picks a stand. Let's say I'm a confident person. If someone comes in, I'm still going to be like, this is what I stand by. This is what I'm defending. But if, let's say, Ella is an insecure person, the moment a third party joins the conversation, I get to see that Ella changes her stand from what she was vouching for, just maybe to join the crowd. Yes, maybe the person is not supporting her stand, so she's not confident enough to stand her ground and be like, this is what I believe in. You see that she's now moving to join that person.
So if you can't beat them,
yes, join them. So yes. And then confident people laugh at themselves, in the sense that sometimes I can be talking and then I make a mistake and I'm like, oh my god, I even made a mistake. You laugh at yourself. Most of us do it. But you see that an insecure person, they don't even want to agree that
They've made that
yes,
mistake.
they don't even want to, like, they hide their flaws. They don't want to, I don't know, kind of like accept it. They don't even want people to see that they have flaws or like they've made mistakes. So yeah, and then the confident people are always learning and growing because they are open to trying new things. They are open to new ideas, new environment, everything. So you see that um, the only way of learning is doing something that you are not familiar with, or reading about something that you don't know. But if you are going to be like, I'm okay with what I know, I'm not going to read any further, I'm not going to try any skill, I'm not going to move to any new environment, you see that they're just going to be at one place. Even the professors and things, some of them are still learning and all. But an insecure person, they will not learn new things. They too do not act like they know everything. Meanwhile, they actually know very little. But when you are talking to such a person, the person wants you to feel like you don't know anything. They don't know that they are actually making a fool of themselves. And then confident people admit their mistakes. Though I'm confident in my abilities, when I sit and I reflect and I realize that maybe the decision I took wasn't good, or what I said to Ella was bad, or the way I shouted at my employees wasn't the best, they admit that okay, so what I have done is wrong, and then I go forward to like change those mistakes and even apologize to the people involved. But an insecure person will just make excuses. They'll never accept that they've made a mistake. When you point it to them, they are still bringing up excuses. Maybe why did you come to work late? Just admit that okay, I was late and I'm sorry, that will never happen again. And then they'll be like, I'm not even the only one that comes to work late. There was even traffic. My child was sick. I had to do this and that and that. It's so much on my head. Like,
Excuses.
they're always
upon
making excuses.
Yeah.
Yeah. They never accept or admit their mistakes. And then confident people act responsibly, because they know what they are about. They know what they can do. And then they wouldn't just do careless things. They do what is expected of them, maybe at the workplace, at home. They just act in a responsible manner. But insecure people always find themselves blaming others for their mistakes. They will not even act right, and when they don't even act right, they will never accept or blame themselves. They will always blame others for the mistakes that they made. So these are a few features of confident and insecure people. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. So, Ella, let's look at the strategies that one can adopt to be more confident.
Okay, Kiwi. So some of the ways by which one can be more confident is to first of all stop comparing ourselves to others. I read somewhere one time that comparison is the thief of joy. So yes, if you want to be happy, you want to be confident, you want to excel, you just stop comparing yourselves to comparing ourselves to other people, because each of us, our journeys are different. It might be the same thing the same place that we want to end up at, but where we will pass and get there is different. So the fact that we are supposed to be somewhere by Friday, and as at Wednesday you've not yet gotten to half of the journey and somebody is almost there, doesn't mean that by Friday you are not going to get there. So yeah, and one way is to stop comparing ourselves to others and to do things within our own pace and then at the right time. Another way would be to surround ourselves with positive people. When Shada was speaking, she mentioned something about when you achieve something and maybe the people around you are celebrating your wins, and the people around you, they feel like this small thing too, you are celebrating it, or every little thing that you do or every little mistake that you make, somebody is chewing your head because you've made this mistake. It's not going to help you, because you realize that all the time somebody is saying something bad about you. So one way we could be more confident is to surround ourselves with positive people who look at the bright side of things when they happen, and then are able to point out, okay, you've made a mistake here, but even though you made a mistake here, you were able to do this right, and then you should commend yourself for it. Another way to be more confident is to take care of your body. So a lot of the time, like when you take care of your body and then you feel good about how you look or how you feel inwardly, when you are speaking to people or how you portray yourself, people, you generally look confident. And then there are several ways by which we could take care of our body, is to maybe maintain a healthy diet. So you eat what you are supposed to eat at the right time and then in the right proportion. Also exercise regularly. Exercising, aside from the fact that it helps us build our body, also releases some neurotransmitters that are responsible for our mood. They are uplifters. So when you exercise, you'll be able to release those neurotransmitters, and then you generally become more happy. Another way is to improve your sleep. So as a way of taking care of your body, when you sleep properly, when you wake up, you'll not be moody or anything. You've slept well at the right time and everything. So when you wake up, you start to feel good about yourself. Another way is to be kind to yourself. So aside from treating other people with kindness, when our friends make a mistake, oh, you be there, you be kind to your friend, encouraging your friend. But then most of the time when we make mistakes ourselves, we are always very hard on ourselves. So one way of being more confident is to find a way to be more kind to yourselves, and then understand that in life it is very normal to experience mistakes, setbacks, and then failures. And it doesn't mean that because you have experienced these setbacks, you are useless or something of that sort. You can always pick up from wherever you fail or wherever you stopped. And also another way is to practice positive self-talk. Negative self-talk, whenever we practice negative self-talk, we are hitting our confidence and then taking it down, because you look at yourself and you're like, look at me, my head is even too big, look at me, my body is like this, like my this is wrong with me, that is wrong with me. We are indirectly we are defaming ourselves to ourselves, and then it hits on your self-confidence in a way. So when you practice positive self-talk, you wake up in the morning, you say inspirational things to yourself, you achieve something, you be excited about it. It can help us to build your self-confidence. Another way would be to set realistic and achievable goals. Most of the time when we are setting our goals, even though all of us at the end, we want to be great, it's very good that when you are setting your goals, maybe you set your short-term goals and then your long-term goals. At least when you have goals set and then you achieve even one of them, you start to feel good. And then you also have to make sure that these goals that you are setting are very, very achievable and realistic. For example, let me use myself. When I wrote BEC and then the day the results were out, my mom and my sister went to check my results, and my father called me, asked me what grade do I think I'll get. Me, I knew I will not get 6. I knew I won't get single number. When I was in junior high school, I did not like studying at all. So single number, even 12, I knew I will not get 12. But when my father asked me, I told him, oh, me, I'll get 8 once. And the result is like, in 5 minutes time, they are calling us to tell us, they're about to call us to tell what grade I got. He told me to stop dreaming and tell him what I actually think I'll get. I took offense in it, but then I also realized that he was trying to get me to be real to myself, because if I say I'll get 6, I know I will not get 6, and then it will come. Even though I knew inwardly that I will not get 6, when it actually comes out and I don't have the 6, I'll feel some way a bit, because I was going around the house boasting that I'm going to get 6. Another way would be to face your fears. A lot of the time we keep procrastinating on things. Before Shada and I started speaking over here, I was my first day here, I was very, very, very anxious. I knew I wanted to in the end up speaking here, but I was thinking of how to prolong it. So I was looking for ways to make excuses, but unfortunately for me, Barnabas did not listen to me. If he had listened to me, I'll keep giving excuses until I'm done with my service at the hospital, and I might
someone
not
will say
even
till thy
speak
kingdom
here.
come.
Yes. So yeah, it's important to keep procrastinate. To stop procrastinating, and then to also face your fears. Those when you face your fears, you realize that it's not even a big deal. It's not even as bad as I thought it was going to be, and then you'd be able to build upon your self confidence. And another way, the final thing I'll be talking about is to do things you are good at. By doing things you are good at, I don't mean ignore the things you are bad at. So if you know you are very good at doing something and then it makes you feel better or something, for instance, you are doing something in a group, it's important to pick what you are good at. You know you can do this one very well, then you share the task accordingly, so that when it comes to your part, it's not going to be like, oh, everybody, the part that everyone picked, they've done is very well, only you went to do some basa basa thing. So you pick what you are good at, do what you are good at, and the things that you are not very good at, or your struggles or your failures, you find a way to work on improving them. Even if you don't become very good at them, at least you become comfortable when you are surrounded with things of those that nature. So these are some of the ways or some of the strategies by which one can be more confident.
Okay, thanks very much for using yourself as an example for us to understand better the strategies of how to be self-confident. So, coming back to you, Shada, how does self-confidence benefit us?
Okay. First of all, it leads to better performance. So let's say maybe at work or in school, you've been given a task. Instead of wasting time saying that you're not good enough, you cannot do it, worrying about how you're going to go about the whole thing, invest that energy in finding ways of starting that task. Maybe you've been given a presentation. Instead of saying, hey, I cannot climb the stage, I cannot talk in front of all these people, start working on yourself. You can maybe start looking in the mirror and then assuming the mirror is your class.
Yeah.
And then just be practicing, talking to yourself. You can even search techniques on how to speak, on public speaking. Like, put in that effort. Instead of worrying, you put in that effort in improving yourself, or even handling that task that has been given to you. So you see that your
And
performance.
sometimes it's the beginning that is always the problem.
Yes. So if you just stop worrying and then just tell yourself that I can do it, and you realize that when you start, you realize that when you even get to the class and you say the first sentence, you're like, okay, so is this it? I remember that before we wrote BC, they were like, hey, BC is so scary and there'll be policemen everywhere and all. The first day we went to sit, when they put the English paper, and then after writing, when I came out, like, so is this the BC they were talking about? They were just scaring me for nothing. So yeah, instead of worrying, when you put in that energy in improving yourself or in working towards that task, you see that your performance becomes better. Like, you don't longer complain about tasks that you've been given. You just embrace it happily, wholeheartedly. You look at it as an opportunity to learn, and then you realize that your performance will keep improving, and then you're even going to be proud of yourself in a long run.
Long run, yeah.
Yes. And then you build healthier relationships. No one would like to be around someone who doesn't recognize their achievements, or someone who doesn't express genuine happiness towards them. So when you are self-confident and then you celebrate the successes or achievements of those around you, you welcome their opinions on different subjects, you are open to doing so many things together, you realize that your relationships become, you really improve your relationship. You see that your friendships will become rich, your relationship with people at work, even your bosses, you realize that they always want to have you around, because maybe everyone in the office thinks your boss is being strict for no reason, he's being grumpy and always, but you see that, oh, he's just trying to be like, get the job done. You let him know that he's doing a good job. Like, you realize that you even be his favorite person, and people will wonder how you're able to deal with him. Meanwhile, it's not that he's hard to deal with. You just have to, understand how to relate to the person. And then yes, you are now open to trying new things. When you are self-confident, it increases your openness to try new things. because you feel like no matter what I try, if I persevere, if I put in hard work, I'm going to achieve it. Nothing is too hard to achieve. So you realize that when they are even sending you to a new branch, you are even happy about it. If all of them are going to follow what they see online, they are never going to appear on our screens again. You are never going to see them, but they are able to pick themselves up. I like watching Korean movies a lot, and sometimes you realize that these Korean actors and actresses go through a lot. Like the least mistake that they make, the citizens lash out at them. It's like they are supposed to be perfect. You have no right to make a mistake, but they're able to like pull themselves back, even when they face difficult situations. So yes, when you are self-confident, your resilience increases, and then it leads to increased opportunities because confident people are open to new things, new skills, new ideas, and then confident people don't hesitate to take to take chances. So maybe there's a presentation, and then maybe Ella and I are supposed to present, and then Ella, maybe one of us is supposed to present, and then I'm like, me, I cannot do it. I'm scared of stage and all that. I can't look at people in the face. Then Ella comes up, I'll do it. Then she goes to do the presentation. You realize that there might be people that are looking for very confident persons to give opportunities to. So Ella is going to get that opportunity because someone sitting behind or in the audience is going to see that, oh, this girl is very confident. I like the way she's presenting and then explaining herself and all that. I've lost that opportunity because I was too scared to take a step. So yeah, and then improved mental health. When you are very insecure, you find yourself worrying a lot, and then when you look at the positive side of everything, you realize that you are happier. Even when there are challenges, you find yourself up again, and then it just improves your mood and everything. So being confident is like a booster for your mental health. You don't have time for worries. Your anxiety reduces drastically. You don't even give space for depression, because when a sad mood comes in, you find a way of making yourself happy again. You find yourself a way of moving on again. So it's like you are improving your mental health, and good mental health is also an asset in everything that we do. So these are a few benefits of confidence. So I encourage everybody, let's try to build our confidence. Let's try to be confident most of the time, even if not all the time. Thank you.
Okay, building your confidence, very, very, very important. So talking about how to be self-confident, that's what we've been dealing with this morning on the mental health show. So we've told you what confidence is, the features of a confident person compared with someone who is insecure, and also the strategies that you can adopt to be self-confident and the benefits of confidence. So if you listen to us, I'm sure say you would want to build some kind of self-confidence. If you are an insecure person, it doesn't pay to be insecure. You need to be self-confident in everything you do and wherever you go. And remember, it's the beginning that is always a problem. The moment you kickstart it, you realize that it's that easy. And you realize, like Ella gave her example, and then I'm sure we all have samples to cite, or we can relate to some of the things, certain things you needed to do, and because of lack of confidence, you just spoiled back and said, "Hey, me, I can't do it, oh. Hey, me, no. But if you had gathered a little courage to step forward, you would have realized that it's not difficult. It is that easy." Thanks so much, Ella and then Shada. So let me come back to you for your final words before we go. Ella?
Okay, so as we are speaking about confidence and building your confidence, it doesn't mean that if you are insecure about anything, it means you've not made it or something of that sort. So the good thing about confidence is that there are several ways to boost it. And then one thing with confidence is you have to apply faking it until you make it. You might not be confident somewhere, you might be very nervous, but maintain composure wherever you are, and gradually you get used to maintaining that composure in everything that you do. Anyways, on this note, I'd like to thank Fila FM for giving us the opportunity to be here this morning, and a good morning to all our viewers and listeners.
Okay. Shada.
Yes, and talking about confidence. If you realize that you are now too insecure, like your self-confidence is so like bad that it's affecting your work, your social life, your education, sometimes it's a sign of an underlying medical health condition. So you can also talk to a psychologist or a therapist if you realize that it's interfering too much with your work and your life. And yeah, we are saying also be confident doesn't mean you should act over sabi. Please know your limits. So I'd like to say good morning to everyone.
So like you said, there's a thin line between confidence and arrogance.
Yes.
Because mostly confident people are tagged to be arrogant.
Yes, that's if you
And the calm one are tagged to be, they are very humble and all that. It's a cowardice.
So yes, it doesn't mean you should overdo. Like just know your
Too much of everything
It's
is
bad.
definitely bad.
Yes.
Sure. Okay, so thank you very much, Shada and Emanuela. There are so many people, you even invite them to come on air and be like, hey, me, I can't though. You'll be talking and everybody will be listening to me. I said, no, it's like you and I, we are just having a conversation. And some will never come. They will always give excuses, but those who gather the courage like you did, and you can realize that so it's not difficult, it is that easy. It is that easy. So whatever happens the first day, you build on it and then you move on and you are good to go. So thank you very much. It's been a wonderful Tuesday morning coming your way with our mental health show, and today talking about confidence. Okay, how to be more confident, and you can see the way we are speaking confidently on air. You can also do that. So if you get the opportunity, please don't let that opportunity go. Anytime an opportunity comes your way, try and push that insecurity down and then bring out that confidence. Yes, even at the beginning, if you make mistakes, it is normal. Everybody makes mistakes, and then we learn from those mistakes. So don't let that insecurity cow you down, and then you don't take any step to want to do something because you are afraid or something. So this morning I've been talking to Shada Brima and also Emanuela Tembil. They came to tell us more about how to be self-confident. To those who watched us on Facebook, we are grateful. To our listeners, we are very much grateful. To Godfred, thanks for the Facebook Live as well. My name is Akosia Kwatma Boache. A friend all the way from US is watching us. Caesar, it's been a while. Have a good morning and trust you are doing well. And to all those who joined us on Facebook, thank you. We appreciate you. So, it is time to join the nation's capital for the discussion segment, and it is by Kind Ketsi, DBS Industries. So let's join them. We will be right back.
Yeah,